Hey, my friends, what's going on? It's Gene. Get up, get out with Gene. I got a special guest, my lovely wife, she's my life. Oh, Robin is here, Miss Robin Gregory. We're here at the beach, Carolina Beach, North End. Today is the 4th of July. We woke up super early before the sunrise to catch the sunrise and to take a bunch of pictures. Got a lot of pictures. And time-lapse video.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it went on for a while and we're just watching everybody trucking in. It is 7 o'clock in the morning on 4th of July 2019. And we've been out here for a while, since before 6 in the morning, probably 5:30 or so. And there's just been people coming in. So the place gonna be packed out. We thought we'd do a video. The dunes behind us. There isn't much of a beach left out there because a whole bunch of erosion and stuff. So like people can't even park out on the beach right out in front of us. We're in a campsite zone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 4th of July. What do you think?
I think we have had no coffee.
We haven't had coffee. The one thing that we forgot, one thing we forgot is the coffee. And I asked my lovely wife to go off the island or off the beach and go get us some coffee, and it just hasn't happened yet. So I don't know. How this video will go without coffee, you know. But anyways, it's the 4th of July, no coffee, but we are blessed. We are so blessed to be right here on the beach to watch the sunrise. That, you know, part of the miracle of life, what's been granted to us from God, the universe, whatever you like to call it, you know. And we got to just get a lot of great pictures. And we were thinking about how blessed we feel to be able to do this today. And last night we sat out here, we had a campfire going. Robin made an excellent dinner, steak and asparagus and corn on the cob. Best dinner I've had since the last dinner she cooked. It might have even been better than that one, because I can't even remember it.
I think it was.
It was.
Yeah.
But so we were sitting here and then we were watching the stars, or looking at the stars, and
watching fireworks over the dunes.
Yeah, the fireworks down there in Carolina Beach. You can kind of see them over the dunes there, and we're looking at the stars and hearing the ocean just coming in, and just feeling really blessed and thankful that we have this opportunity, that we have this freedom, you know, to get up and get out and do what we want to do without anybody telling us. I mean, there's some rules and stuff for here at the beach and all that, and not everybody follows them, because somebody was lighting off fireworks at 4:45 this morning. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. But it's pretty awesome how we have the freedom here in America, and that's why everybody wants to come here. You know, obviously, we've been seeing it trucking up and down. But anyways, that's a whole other story. But everybody wants to be here in America, and the sad thing is people complain a lot about what goes on in America. And I just think that some people are too wrapped up in all the politics and all the BS and all that stuff. And if you just stop and get up and get out and do some things like this, or, you know, get up and on a walk or something around the lake like you've seen me do before, you know, just think about, you know, have gratitude and thankfulness for what you're able to do, the freedom that you have, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
I talked to Robin before the video started. I said, well, what are you going to say? I said, probably nothing.
Yeah, whatever you ask.
I'd like your opinion.
Well, I think that you're spot on with what you're saying, is that we all get tied up at work during the week. It's easy to complain. It gets hot. Everybody wants to melt. Some of us are not from the South and find it really easy to complain. But these were the freedoms that you had to move here and live here and take this in.
My post was a joke. I was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
People don't get my humor.
It was a failed attempt. But we do get wrapped up in the negativity, and sometimes even social media, which we both love, will get in my head, and I'll see things like sometimes even your page that you have, where people are wanting to post positive stuff, to encourage stuff. Sometimes even those positive posts can weigh you down, because you're like, oh gosh, are they sad all the time? Are they miserable all the time that they have to do it? So when is there ever just a time to sit back and say, you know, we're really, really lucky people in this country, regardless of what politician you like, no matter what race you like, what side of the fence you're on, whether you're left, whether you're right, doesn't matter what. At the end of the day, we have the ability to say, hey, you know what, we're gonna time out. Let's go down here, enjoy the people that you love, be thankful, look around and say, gosh, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, I don't think that we had as dumb of conversations in our entire relationship as we had last night, to the point he said, well, what makes you think of those things? And it's because I don't slow down enough to be thankful, to look up at the stars and say, hey, wonder what that's all about. Or look out into the ocean and think, hey, wonder what pirates thought on a night like this when it was lightning, you know.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, why are you thinking that? And it's like, because I'm thankful to be here and think that. I'm not letting all the minutia of life and stress weigh me down right now. We just you can have some mindless fun. So I hope and pray for each of you today that you sit back, you're able to enjoy, you are able to go do something you love. For some people, something you love is no more than just staying on your couch in the AC doing absolutely nothing. I mean, I can relate to that too. But whatever it is, be thankful that you have the freedom to do that.
That's a very good synopsis. Is that the right word? That's a big word.
I don't know.
You know me, I don't know big words. I'm not college educated, so it's just I come up with words. I throw them out there. It makes me sound smart. But hey, you like my new shirt? Look like I have man boobs. She doesn't like me doing that. But anyways, so yeah, like, this is a funny thing. Like, I play music all the time, and I think about like the 4th of July, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be a busy time. I could play music and get the gigs, you know, make the money. And I got offered a few gigs for today in the afternoon, for last night, and I asked my lovely wife, what do you think about me going to play these gigs? And that's what she said.
I said, we have passes, we've planned this, we've looked at it in advance, and we're gonna go enjoy each other. Sometimes you have to slow down and say, you know, sometimes I wanna live to work, not work. Wait,
no, it's the other way around.
Other way around. Yeah, I want to work to be able to live. So
yeah,
I have a job to do these things. If our bills are paid and we don't need all that extra money at the time, no, let's go on an adventure. Let's go do something while our bones can still withstand it, you know?
Yeah, like these seats we're sitting in, they're hard to get out of. Our beach chairs. There's, what kind of Jeep is that going by?
That's a real Jeep.
What model is it?
It's a Wrangler. It's a really old, probably early 80s.
That's a nice
Wrangler.
Jeep.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, so that's cool. I mean, it's pretty neat for me. Like, I've never been able to do this before until I moved down here. Actually, till December when I bought the pass to put on my truck to be able to come on this beach. And as soon as I got the pass, I came on the beach, and I was just like, wow, this is amazing that I can drive on the beach in the ocean. The Mother Ocean is right there, and that I'm able to just sit here and look at it. You know, I don't have to drive to a beach, pay for parking, you know, carry a chair, a towel, all that crap. You know, I've been granted the freedom, although I had to pay a little bit for it. I got a half price, unlike somebody else. But
got that new Jeep and it wasn't a half price.
No, but I mean, just to have that freedom, just to be able to come out here. And on Father's Day, I played down here in Carolina Beach, and my son came with me. You know, just hung out while I was playing and all that. And when I was done playing, we got everything packed up real quick, and we drove out here for the the moonrise, because I think it was a strawberry moon or whatever. And just, I mean, my son and I just spent like 10-15 minutes out here, took some pictures, that type of thing. And I was just amazed at what we're able to do. I mean, just to be this close to nature. You know, I mean, these beautiful dunes behind us, the sand in our toes down here, the waves.
Turtle Patrol was by earlier, making sure everything was okay, watching erosion.
Yeah, and I mean, just the freedoms that we have to be able to do this and just see people coming and going or whatever. So I just want everybody to think about it today. I mean, yes, for some of us, it's a day off. A lot of people have to work, and I feel for you people. I've been there.
I'm thankful for you
I'm
people.
thankful for you. Like, I thought about it because I went to Food Lion yesterday to get some food for this. And lady was working. I didn't ask her if she had to work today, you know, because I kind of felt guilty about that. But I thought about her this morning. But
I know, I was there.
but I was just like, darn, I wonder if that lady had to work today while we're out here enjoying our time on the beach. But I mean, Robin and I both picked our professions, what we want to do, our directions that we want to go individually, you know, that leads us to have the freedoms that we have, or the time off, or the days off.
I'm gonna pull a Jean and go on a tangent with that, what you just
Go
said.
ahead.
I thought that way about people working on holidays until one Thanksgiving I forgot something I needed. You know how I cook on Thanksgiving. And I forgot an ingredient I needed, and so I ran up to Lowe's, and there was the cashier was there.
Lowe's
and
Food, right?
Yes.
Not Lowe's Home Improvement.
No, Lowe's Food. And I said, I'm so sorry you have to work today. I hope you get to be with your family. She said, oh, God, no. I signed up to work today. I am so thankful. I've got a lot of bills to pay, and Christmas is coming. We get paid time and a half today, so it was completely optional, and I chose, so I am very thankful to be here today, so don't apologize. So there's the other side of that too, is that sometimes that people can work on a day like this. It's going to be a little bit slower during the prime peaks of the day, and they're going to get paid twice as much money.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's funny
there's
because
that too.
actually Robin kind of set me straight, or brought up that point to me, I think several months back, probably around the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, something. I might have posted something about, I can't believe people have to work, you know, on the holidays, everybody should shut down and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really think about it. Everybody's got the freedom of choice, right? To, hey, if your store is going to be open, your business, whatever it is, you know, if you have the chance to work and you want to work, you're not forced to work. You know, if you need to make the money, that time and a half or whatever.
Well, and I think it's too, I grew up with a firefighter father, and they did not get to pick. They rotated out. So there were very many holidays, Christmas days when I was a little girl, that either we would go to the firehouse and see Daddy, or we'd get up really early before we had to leave, or we had to wait for Santa Claus until he got home, whatever it was. But never once did he complain, and he was thankful for that. We got some birds that are scouting out what I got going on that grill. But he was always thankful for that, and I think that's probably one of the things that put me in the mindset of that. And you know, because he would always say, I don't have to do it. I could do something else.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I think I said in my last video, right, when I said my wife, she doesn't correct me, but you, give me a different perspective sometimes. Like sometimes I get blinders on, I just see things one way, you know, black or white or whatever, you know, and, you know, I bring up something like, why does this happen? Or why did God let this happen, you know, when tragic things happen, that type of thing. I don't want to get depressing today, it's 4th of July. But my wife has always brought up, well, maybe that happened for them to become a stronger person for this reason. Maybe somebody's got to work today to help somebody else out, you know, firefighter or policeman or EMTs, or, I mean...
And on the complete flip side, you think about a Scotchman somewhere. That might be
that's
someone...
a convenience store, gas station.
Oh, yeah. I forget you have people
Not
that
everybody's
here.
from North Carolina.
Well, anyway, somewhere like Scotchman...
We don't have Wawas and 7-Elevens down
here. A Wawa,
here.
Scotch. I do know what a Wawa is. I've been to a Wawa.
And 7-Eleven. Oh, speaking of the coffee. Coffee.
So anyway...
Who delivers coffee?
But listen... So
listen,
it could
Linda.
listen, Linda, it could be that girl working at that cashier might have just got clean for the first time, and she has to get a job in order to get custody of her children again. Maybe
true.
by keeping her hands busy, staying at work, it stops a needle from going in her arm, and she lives for her children. So, you know, and it's same people that are going to say, oh, I can't believe people have to work, are the same ones who are going to say, I can't believe all those little illegal immigrant babies are starving without food. Well, we need those taxpayer dollars to go help them and take care of it. So, you know, you've got to make sacrifices, and I think that's what 4th of July is really about. There were a lot of sacrifices made. I was thinking about that last night when the fireworks were going off, about how that must have looked at night on ships and the cannons going off, and what that really would have felt like and looked like. While we laugh and we're soaking this in, there was somebody who paid for that with fire bombs and life. You know, so, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, right?
Well, yeah, that's true too. And our soldiers, our military, you know, the families, men and women, pardon me, that obviously don't get a day off, or they might get some time off or whatever, but probably won't get to be with their families on a day like today. you know, and you could say, well, we got Memorial Day and we got Veterans Day and all that, but it's still, 4th of July is about, to me, it's about freedom. I mean, that's what I wanted to talk about, you know, here, just what we're able to do. And sorry, clouds, yeah, clouds just
nice
went over
break.
the sun, so it kind of cooled off. Felt really nice. But I mean, the freedoms that we have because of the people. I mean, I'm not for war. I hate to see it. It happens because we got politicians and blah blah blah. But anyways, I'm not gonna go there. But
Moses was
it's
a murderer.
yeah. But there's our sons and daughters and brothers and sisters and husbands and wives and did I say fathers and mothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, whatever, uncles, all that stuff.
Neighbors,
Aunts,
for reals.
neighbors, friends,
Lions, tigers,
and bears.
Oh
My! But you know, are out there doing what they got to do. You know, being called into duty, so we can have this freedom and sit here and a bunch of you be cooking weenies on your grills today. You know, hot dogs and hamburgers and that type of thing. You know, while others are out there just fighting for our freedoms. They're fighting, I don't want to say against terrorism or anything like that, but I mean,
There is.
but stopping things from happening to this country here that we live in, that everybody wants to come to, that everybody wants to live in, so we can sit here on the beach, our asses in these chairs, our toes in the sand, you know. I got that baby.
It
Got
doesn't.
toes in the sand, my ass, what? How's that song go? Is Zach Brown? Oh, toes in the water, ass in the sand? I don't know. Something like that. But, and I'm a musician, I
Life
should
is
know
good
this.
today.
Life is good today. Life is good today. But because of that, we have these freedoms, you know, and we can even look at politicians and say, well, look at what they're doing, look at where they're spending this money, look at what they're doing. We don't really know what a lot of things are going on. All the money, pardon me, that's spent on keeping us safe, keeping our freedom intact, keeping it so we can sit here on the beach and make a video, that we can cook hot dogs and spend time with our family. You guys can drink beers or whatever, you know. And there's a lot of things going on that we don't know about. And most of the time, honestly, to keep my sanity and to keep a little bit stress-free, I try not to think about all that stuff. I don't worry about the politics and all that. I'm thankful, like, every day, well, I leave my house to go into work, or, you know, if I'm going to the dog place, dogs to play, and as soon as I hit the main road, Gordon Road, is when I really notice the sky and everything. And pretty much I find myself every day looking up and I'm like, thank you, God, for this day, for the sunshine, for my wife, my kids, our house, the truck to get me to work, my job, everything that I always say I'm thankful for. And I mean, that's just the miracle of life to me, you know, and I don't worry about the politics and all the BS that we can post about and complain about and this and that. Why don't you just get out there today, get up, get out, and like find something to do to enjoy life today, you know? Just enjoy your day. You know, as I said, I could have played music, we could have worked, you know, but we chose, Robin and I, chose to take the time off, you know, and Robin reserved space here, the campsite, and we got our passes to get on the beach and all that stuff, and we chose to come down here and sweat our butts off in a tent.
It was hot.
It was hot. You know, I don't think I slept really, so you don't want to see my eyes.
I did just fine.
She did sleep because she's got this issue with, but anyways. It's freedom, man. It's freedom
I
to
am
choose to
free
sleep in a
snore.
tent.
I am
Yeah.
free to snore all I want.
Yeah, and the freedom to sleep in a hot ass tent all night. You know, but I mean, that's part of what we gave up sleeping in our beds so we could be out here on the beach to see the stars, to cook food out here to see the sun setting, or we didn't really see the sun setting, but the sun went down. And to be able to wake up and come out here and take a million pictures and videos and all that stuff of the sun rising, the miracle of life, I think, is, you know, the sun coming up out of the ocean, you know, to grant us a brand new day, and it's a good life.
Well,
You
I
know?
think to sum it up real quick too.
Hey, look at that, just like that. We're at a different spot. This is amazing. Totally different venue here, different scene. We had a little bit of issues with the video that we were recording that you were just watching, so we're editing this into it because the wind started kicking up, and Robin was saying some great things, and I just felt that the wind was just too much. You couldn't hear Robin speak anymore because the wind was so heavy, right?
Yeah, it was
So,
nice.
so we decided we just do a little bit more and edit it. So it'll be like 2 different videos almost, but we're gonna try to stay where we were in a way here. And my guest, Robin, obviously. And now we have Biscuit with us as well. That's Biscuit. Say hello, Biscuit. And people are already starting to light up the fireworks. It is 4th of July. And we're talking about freedom, you know, and everything that's involved with freedom and all the freedoms that we have to do all the great things. And you had brought up something about coming up with a word. You were talking about your mentor.
Yeah, that I had a mentor one time tell me that when you start a new year, but you could do it any day, a significant holiday is a good one to do it, but you find one word that you want to live by, that you are going to do it. And the one we were talking about earlier was that my word for that year had been joy. That if it didn't bring me joy, if I didn't find joy, if everything that I did and that I touched or had anything to do with didn't bring me joy, then you just had to cut it out. It was just one of those, get rid of it, don't have anything to do with it, and move on, you know. And your word may be minimize, your word may just be laughter, it may be motivation, it may be anything that you dig deep down and find is most important to you. So if you find that that one word, that you want to live by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a great point. We were talking about with the freedoms that we have and having gratitude and stuff, and I think using joy as a key word in your life leads to more happiness, and having gratitude, having joy, having laughter, having Thanksgiving, you know, on especially a holiday when you can really think about it, you know, leads to many great things, and which include our freedoms and all the things that we
and
do.
I had brought up that, you know, one of the things I do every day is when I first wake up, I know Gene gets in the car and his word is gratitude. You know, he even got a little rock.
Yeah, she got me a little rock from Myrtle Beach that says gratitude
that just
on it.
says
It's
gratitude.
awesome.
So it stays beside the bed. So every day he remembers first thing, just that's his word, to have gratitude. For me, what I do every day when I get up is, and I say my morning prayers, and I'll say, God, put me in front of the people who you need me to be in front of today. And it never fails that at some point in my day, I could be having the worst day ever. I know exactly when that moment happens, that this may be, oh, okay, I hear you. Thank you for putting me in this place. This is where you needed me to be. So even if I'm frustrated, it makes me very aware and conscious to appreciate that, to say, okay, this is why you put one foot in front of the other. This is why you keep going, doing what you're doing, because you have these obvious, clear signs of knowing that this is where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. So I think by using those words and that type of cognitive mindset, you're more appreciative of your life and what you're doing. This gets very comfortable here right now.
Extremely. But yeah, that's a good point. That brings up, like, speaking of our freedoms and everything, is just the freedom that we have to choose each day how we start it, what we're gonna let affect us. And I know it's not easy. I'm not never saying it's easy, but like, just the freedom of choice that we have. You know, can we, in situations, how we're going to respond or react to certain situations, and we have the freedom of choice to come up with that on our own of how we react and do things, you know, respond to certain situations.
Yeah, like I know a prime example of that is you will have road rage sometimes. You get angry at he gets angry at dumb drivers a lot. But
There's
the way
a lot of them.
Yeah, and so the way that you would apply that is when you feel a frustrating moment come on, and you would say, you know, if I flip that guy off, is it really going to bring me joy? Am I going to be proud of myself? Is that going to accomplish my end goal of finding joy in my life today? If you can't say yes to that, you let it go and you move on. That means it's not your thing for the day.
Plus, it might get you killed.
Well, you know, there's
There's a lot of crazies out
there is
there.
that, but that's just, you know, a soft example. It could be, you know, if you're working on losing weight, but and you have that goal, and it's, you know, that feeling better and being healthier is going to bring you that joy you're looking for. It makes it easier when you decide to go to the fridge and say, you know, that might taste really good now, but in the end, is it really going to bring me joy, or is it a temporary thing that's going to make me feel good for the moment? So, you know, if you look at the even very practical things throughout your day, that if they're not going to get you to that end result or to that one word you're looking for, then don't do it. Like I said, if it's minimizing, if you go to the store and you're like, oh look, that's a really good deal on those candles, you know, you pick it up, you hold it. At the end of the day, is this really going to bring me joy? Say no. If it's one that it's just kind of looks pretty. I actually just had that happen at JCPenney's with that.
You did.
Well, with the one that had that crackles.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, this candle costs more, but I really do think this is going to bring me joy, and I appreciate it. I love the smell of it. I love the way it looks, the way it smells, the way it sounds when it burns. It's really cool. The wick on it is wood, and it crackles when it burns. So yeah, that brings me joy, and I thought, yes, that value is worth it. The other candles, left them on the shelf. No joy there.
So that's what you get. You got freedom to choose your joys in life, if that's the word that you want to focus on. It's a good word. It's a perfect word to focus on. It's like Robin said, gratitude's another one. Happiness, thankfulness.
The year before that, my word was faith.
Faith.
Yeah, that if it was something that did not bring me closer to myself in faith, and it didn't grow me spiritually, then it wasn't anything I needed to touch or I needed to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky to have this freedom of choice to do the things, buy the things, think the things that we want to? You know, a lot of people complain about things going on, especially in our country. But I gotta say, go to some other countries, you aren't gonna have them freedoms. There's a lot of reasons why people come to this country, because other countries don't have the freedoms that we have. And a lot of people don't like us for having those freedoms. You know, a lot of people don't like people leaving their country to come enjoy our freedoms. You know, so that's why we have a lot of problems. Just a thought there. But it is starting to drizzle here. People are starting to light up firecrackers, and said we were on the beach earlier, so there's a big switch up here. It was, I was really frustrated. I told Robin, I was listening or watching the video on the way home from the beach earlier, and all of a sudden around the 20-minute mark, it started to get real windy, and it was cutting out like you couldn't even hear what you were talking about. And I was like, can we just film just a little bit more and edit this? And if you watched any of my videos, you know I rarely ever edit a video or do anything like that. So this is something new, and I appreciate Robin
I'll
for being...
take the blame for it.
It's not your fault for the wind blowing, you know.
But I made fun and said you can't hear it.
Oh yeah, she was saying nobody can hear the wind, and I was like, baby, people can hear the wind. I can hear the wind when I go back and rewatch these videos, and she didn't believe me. But it was bad. It was real bad. So I thought today was a very important day to get this video out there before the end of the day. You know, talking about our freedoms and our choices and our joy and our happiness and gratitude, and just being thankful for everything that we have, all the great things. I mean, just us being able to sit in our backyard now and have a fence around it again, and have a shed. Wait, back there, I can't ever do this backwards. You know, after the hurricane last September. September? Yeah. So, I mean, just the things we have. We're sitting out here with the dogs. Nala's down here too. And just being able to do this video for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, everything we have there. Do you have any final thoughts or anything you want to add?
Just that if we could help one.
Oh yeah, one person a day.
Maybe.
2, 3, 4, 5 today, maybe.
That'd be fantastic.
That's the whole point. And it's really neat to have my wife here with me to sharing this, because we've talked about it. Oh, you're welcome. Tolerated. I'm thankful for my wife to be here today, to be a part of this video, and especially it started at the beach after, you know, having a fantastic night and all that stuff. And glad we could wrap it up here at our own home before it starts to rain and the fireworks start going off.
With some AC
With
and
some AC,
Netflix and
already
chill.
fell asleep for a little while. I got an hour or so of sleep. Woohoo! All right, guys, it's been great to have you with us, getting up and getting out getting up, getting out, getting out, getting out, right? So think about your freedoms today. Think about your joys. Think about your happiness. Think about your thankfulness, your gratitude, all that good stuff. And that's all we got.
That's
right.
And that's when you say,
Peace.
and
Chicken grease.